Graduates, today is a day of celebration. We celebrate your passion for learning, your commitment to service, and this wonderful accomplishment. You've done it. Now, you've been supported along the way by friends and family, people who've helped to make this possible. And so your last assignment is to do whatever it takes to make sure those people all know how much they mean to you and how grateful you are. Because of them and because of your hard work, you are now a member of a new community, the alumni of the Institute of Pastoral Studies and Loyola University Chicago. Let that soak in. I'm Peter Jones, and as a faculty member for the last 7 years, I've come to know many of you well. As the Associate Dean and now Interim Dean, I have come to know many more, and it is my pleasure and my honor to celebrate with all of you on this wonderful occasion. I would like to share a few words with you before you embark on the next step of your vocational journeys. The first words I'll offer are not my own, and I'm unable to find a reliable source, but their spirit and message is important. Now, your courses are over, and a new future beckons, a future free of reading assignments and reflection papers, and you may be anxious to hit the ground running. I invite you to pause and reconsider that impulse. Instead, hit the ground listening. Believe me, I get it. It's been hard for people to get me to stop talking ever since I completed my PhD, but please don't try to confirm that timing with my family. I'm still working on tempering that impulse, seeking to improve my listening skills. And so I offer this advice as one who is trying to take it to heart. Hit the ground listening. This is timeless advice, though its immediate relevance could not be more apparent. There are renewed movements in our institution, in our cities and nation, and in our world. Movements to root out racism in all its forms. Beyond the obvious problem of personal prejudice is systemic racism, which is in many ways more insidious and death-dealing. To combat systemic racism, we must work together and take explicitly anti-racist action. And for these efforts to succeed, they must have at their foundation and in their ongoing work a deep form of active listening. We must truly hear and seek to truly understand those who are different from ourselves, those with different experiences, challenges, contexts, and goals. Only then can an authentic dialogue begin. As much as for these broad social efforts, your own vocational success depends on your ability to listen. Matthew quotes Jesus making this very point. Look around, he says, to paraphrase. People have eyes and ears, and yet they fail to see and hear. They fail to perceive the truth and don't understand what is right in front of them. Those who open their eyes and ears, those who come to understand with their hearts, I will heal them, he says. Blessed are your eyes because they see. Blessed are your ears because they hear. Hit the ground listening. The next piece of advice is rooted in my own faith tradition and echoed in a special way by the Jesuit charism. Proceed with grace. To proceed with grace is no simple matter. I understand this to mean proceed with gratitude and humility. Embodying gratitude in the midst of a great struggle can be a challenge, but we are grateful that we can join in the struggle, that we can and do choose to accompany one another through the tragedies and joys of life. As we walk together, we pursue what is true and good and beautiful and valuable. We will stumble and fall together. We will get up together. We will attend to each other and seek the good. We will love. And my faith tells me that I will, through this, encounter God in a unique and special way. Be grateful for this freedom to be present, and this freedom to love recklessly. Be grateful that God is already there at work and that you are able to join in. The other aspect of proceeding with grace is humility. To proceed with humility is not to proceed timidly or weakly. Humility in our context requires great confidence and strength, courage and determination. We must trust that we proceed and move with the grain of the universe by decentering ourselves and seeking authentically to relate to others. This humility is a posture of openness, of detachment to certain things so that we might hold fast to other things, other more foundational things. To proceed with humility is to get out of our own way. And you know what? This brings us back to the first piece of advice. Listen. As you move forward, hit the ground listening and proceed with grace. Whoever you are and wherever you go, these simple guidelines will matter. And to the matter at hand, congratulations. You've done a great and momentous thing, and we celebrate you. We celebrate with you. Go forth with open eyes and ears and proceed with grace. I would now like to invite our student speaker, Ann Christensen, to share a message with the class of 2020.
Good afternoon, President Rooney, Provost Grivas, Deans Barman and Jones, faculty, honored guests, Sister Pimentel, and fellow graduates of the class of 2020. We did it. I'm honored to stand before you, even though our paths probably never crossed. You see, I completed the requirements for a Master's of Divinity degree completely online because no such program existed in my hometown. I missed out on campus life, sports games, retreats, Jesuits on tap, and hanging out with classmates. But I will be forever grateful that I nevertheless had the opportunity to pursue my goal of becoming a board-certified hospital chaplain, which prepared me to accompany and to provide comfort to people who suffer physical, emotional, or spiritual distress, to people who've been forced to the margins of society, to people who have no home, to people without the economic means to pay their bills, to people who've become ill or injured as they made a perilous journey to our country. The quality of instruction I received was superb. I was inspired by the materials presented, challenged to think critically, and encouraged to put what I learned into practice. Kudos to my excellent professors in the Institute of Pastoral Studies. And then this spring, because of the coronavirus pandemic, we all became online students. Not out of choice, but as a moral imperative, out of concern for one another, for our families, for our communities, and indeed for all of humanity. Thank you to the faculty, staff, and administrators of Loyola University Chicago. Thank you all from the bottom of our heart for going the extra mile to help us achieve our educational goals. We graduate during unprecedented times that may be considered a wake-up call to mutual responsibility and shared action. Now, more than ever, the world needs our skills and talents. History will remember us for the choices we made in the face of the current crises and the changes we will make to move society forward to new ways of being. We are called to be healers, teachers, and guides, leading others toward a better tomorrow. And so I admonish you to align your vision with the values that you espoused in your Jesuit education. Practice those values in how you think, speak, and behave. Then hold yourself and each other accountable for staying in line with those values. The choice is ours to make. Will we continue to strive for the Magis, to do more, to do better? Or will we take shortcuts and just get by while perpetuating the status quo? The choice is ours to make. Will we continue to be women and men for and with others? Will we share our gifts in the pursuit of justice and concern for the poor and marginalized, who we know to be disproportionately afflicted by crises? The choice is ours to make. Will we prioritize cura personalis, care for the individual person, respecting each person as a child of God? The choice is ours to make. Will we become agents of change? Will we put into practice learned behaviors that reflect critical thought and responsible action on ethical issues? The choice is ours to make. Will we develop unity of heart, mind, and soul? Will we work toward the development of the whole person in their cultural context? And will we work toward the integration of all aspects of our lives? The choice is ours to make. Will we live not only for ourselves, but ad majorem Dei gloriam, for the greater glory of God, out of love for all that is good? I pray that we will retain the lessons learned during this time of crises, that we will remember that our suffering and our healing are inextricably bound to one another's, that we use this experience as an opportunity to grow in solidarity, in kindness, and in love of neighbor, rather than shrink in fear and selfishness. That we continue to care not only for our own health, but for the health of the whole planet. That we adopt a worldview of plenty rather than one of scarcity, of generosity and generativity rather than of selfishness and death. The choice is ours to make. Will we serve the God of Mammon or the God who hears the cry of the poor? As for me and for my house, we will serve the Lord. Congratulations, class of 2020. We have been taught well, we have learned well. Now let's go change the world by the choices we make. Go Ramblers! I would now like to invite our keynote speaker, Sister Norma Pimentel, to share a message with the class of 2020.
Thank you, Anne. IPS class of 2020, I am honored to say I am a graduate of IPS. The 2 years I spent at Loyola were 2 of my best years, and I'm certain you will agree with me. And I know that your IPS experience has shaped you and prepared you for what is ahead, which is a lot, as you are needed right now. Today, our world is weeping. The pandemic has made us aware how vulnerable and fragile we are as human beings. The virus continues to attack all aspects of who we are, limiting our freedom to do so many things we took for granted. Many have lost loved ones. Others suffer from illnesses and economic crisis. And so many other hardships have surfaced because of this COVID-19. The abuse of force and racism has unleashed uncontrolled violence and hatred. Most find themselves fearful of who to trust and who to believe. It appears as if our country is destroying itself. It seems families are disintegrating. Our youth are having to face dramatic changes in their life. Businesses closing are creating high numbers of unemployment, and it seems the future is uncertain. Hatred and anger are at extreme levels. There is an urgent need for a response to all this, a response that brings us everyone together to take part in a better tomorrow. The question I ask you, what will be your part? What will you do to make the world a better place and to help end human suffering? As pastoral agents, you are the hope for today. You can make a difference in the restoration of the spirit of our communities. You can help bring healing from brokenness. You will be key in weaving together with other pastoral leaders strong lines of unity in our communities. Your time at Loyola has given you the backbone you need as pastoral agents. You will now move forward to the task before you and realize that your time at IPS has prepared you to make a difference by contributing to the care and healing that our world is needing today, just by being you. As we read in the book of Esther, chapter 4, verse 14 in scripture, perhaps this is the moment for which you were created. Go with confidence, IPS pastoral leaders of today. Vaya con Dios.
I would now like to recognize the 2020 graduates from the Institute of Pastoral Studies.
Thank you, Dean Jones. My name is Mike Canaris. I'm an assistant professor of theology here at the Institute of Pastoral Studies, and it's now my honor to recognize the graduates for this year. Receiving the degree of Master of Divinity, Anne Christensen. Sheena Marie Cordova, also receiving the degree of Master of Arts in Social Work. Megan Rose Everett. Anne E. Hillman. Roberta Marie Lewis Barton. Melissa Prohammer, also receiving the degree of Master of Arts in Pastoral Counseling. Amanda Lee Thompson. Elisha Erin West, also receiving the degree of Master of Arts in Pastoral Counseling. Receiving the degree of Master of Arts in Christian Spirituality. Lee Sheridan Colombino. Ana Victoria Guizada Morales. Karen Hogan. Mark Joseph Mackey. Sandra Louise Monnier. Anthony Moline. Dean Michael Niedenthal. Joan M. Plumley. Sue-Ann Reed. Selfa Christine Sands. Jacqueline M. Sullivan. Sarah Metcalf Swanson. Nagan Thi Thuy Tran. Pacharia Yotarak, also receiving a degree of Master of Arts in Counseling for Ministry. Receiving the degree of Master of Arts of Contemporary Spirituality. Leonard Satkowski. Receiving the degree of Master of Arts in Pastoral Counseling. Lolan Panaligan Adan. Venancia Bate Ambrouche. Luis Mariano Fernandez. Adam Ginsberg. Shireen Hicks. Marlon Eustace Innes. Dukniran Kaur Khalsa. Jizing Lee. Zhao Feng Lin. Michael Patrick Macaulay. Tisha Catherine Urban. Xiaoyu Zhu. Receiving the degree of Master of Arts in Pastoral Studies. Margaret Hayes Doring. Anastasia Jacobow. Erin Francis Kurger. Mary P. Marks. Kathleen North Wilhelm. Michael Olenichuk. Rafael Sebastian Rodriguez. Deborah Sram Stepp. Sarah Elizabeth Tardif. Receiving the degree of Master of Arts in Social Justice. Alexandra Arias, also receiving the degree of Master of Arts in Social Work. Neftali L'Esperance Sanan, also receiving the degree of Master of Arts in Social Work. Julie Ann Davis Lipford. Maria Laura Marino Camargo. Lindsay Ray Myers. Hannah Marie Thompson. Receiving a certificate in religious education, Mary Ellen Bragonier Suarez. Receiving a certificate in social justice, Cecilia Elizabeth Holcraft. Receiving a certificate in spiritual direction, Martha G. Kokery. Jeffrey B. Dowinger. Paula Kowalkowski. Kenneth Leon Payne. Alexander N. Stewart. Vinita Hampton Wright.